Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I'm going to talk about my new penny stock that I bought. Well, I bought it last week and I've been a bit slow to update you guys because of how crazy the stock market's been over the last 2 weeks. But yeah, I've started buying this penny stock, and I always said if I was ever to go buy a penny stock, it would be this one, which is Planet 13. So yeah, I've owned this one for coming up to a week now. The stock's gone up absolutely crazy. I think I'm already up 20 or 30% on this one, and I think it has a massive future in it. Now, if you do want to know when I'm buying it and selling companies exactly, so I posted on Patreon last week that I was buying this company. Make sure you join through the link in the description below. Like I say, I'm already up like 20 or 30%, but I still think it'll have a lot more upside from here. So Planet 13, it is a penny stock. Now, obviously when you think penny stock, you always think, high risk, and there is generally quite a few high risk companies out there, but this, I don't really buy penny stocks, but this is the only penny stock that I've ever seen. I was like, there's a lot of potential here. And like I said, there's normally a high risk but high reward, but I'm not going to lie, there's a high reward on this one, but there is not a load of risk here. I do think that it is currently, I think, about a 700 million market cap right now. It's had a few good days, so it might be a little bit higher than that, but about a 700 million market cap, and I do believe by the end of the year we'll be talking about $1 billion company there, so it is quite a decent size. And the other reason why I got into this company is that I used to have I have to use code names on these videos because it's involved in the MJ sector, so hopefully you know which sector I'm on about there. And it's going to get a good boom probably off Biden. We've seen it with a few of the companies in this sector already. Now, I had a bit of a medical play in the MJ sector, which was GWPH. But as you guys know, that company that I bought got bought out last week. So yeah, last week I had a 100% gain on GWPH. I sold that out and I was like, I want to have a play in here. I think the MJ space is going to be quite big with Biden in here, and I currently don't have a company in here, so I wanted to get another company in this space. It's a bit like the solar one. The solar industry is another industry that I want to get involved in because I think it'll do quite well under Biden. But yeah, going back onto the topic, yeah, I mean, I sold GWPH 100% gain. I got the gains and I was like, right, I need another play in here. So I went and bought this one, which was Planet 13. We will be talking about a company that I feel in the next few years will be a $3, $4, $5 billion company. And like I say, you talk penny stocks, normally it's quite you would say high risk, but realistically there isn't that much risk here. When we get stuck into the numbers, you'll see that it's not that far off profitability. It's probably going to do some profit this year. The revenue growth is absolutely fantastic, and also it has a very strong balance sheet, which is pretty good. Now, one thing that I'm going to say is it's very different, Planet 13, to a lot of other MJ stocks in this space. Yeah, sorry if I'm using all these code names all the time. I mean, to be fair, I only get paid like £5 off YouTube, so I'm not even sure why I'm using all these code names. But yeah, I want that £5, I guess. But yeah, in COVID, it actually put in some amazing numbers. So I'm kind of looking at the situation now that if the CV situation kind of stops, a lot of the locations are in big tourist hotspots. We get a lot more tourists out there. Even though they pulled amazing numbers out in CV and they rely on a lot of tourists for their locations and what they supply, it's still pulling amazing numbers. So I'm looking and thinking, well, if CV kind of disappears towards the back end of the year, then the numbers are going to be even better than what they're doing now. And another thing is the growth plan. So when I show you the growth plan in this company, you can easily see like how that revenue is going to keep multiplying. Now, just to shout out to my UK viewers, if you are wanting to buy this one, it isn't available on Trading 212 in the ISA. You have to go into the invest account. I at least get that question talking about Planet 13 nearly every video, so hopefully I cut that one out before it even gets there. But if you could, smash the like button, subscribe if you're around here, and we'll take a look at Planet 13. So first of all, let's talk about the locations. What I've heard about this company is the demand, the queues to get inside of it are phenomenal. And when you look at what the buildings are like, the insides, the outside, you can see why there's the demand there. And this is, like I say, a demand in CV where there's not many tourists, and it's pretty much a lot of the locals that are going to this. And Planet 13 supplies a lot of, like I say, it gives them experiences. So, a lot of other companies in this area are battling away just to sell the product. Where I like Planet 13 because you're not just buying the product, you're buying a brand and something of an experience when you go there. So I like that point of view. So we're going to be looking at the one that is on the US stock exchange, which is PLNHF. And like I say, you can just see from starting off with, it's an amazing looking place. Now at the moment there is a couple of locations. So they have the Nevada locations, which is the one that I just showed you a minute ago, the big standout building. That's the Planet 13 Superstore. They also have a men's in dispensary, which basically is a smaller kind of shop. They also have their in-house brands and wholesale. So they currently do make all of the products themselves, which I do like. And as well as that, it gives them better margins, which is great. And now they're looking to open a location as well in California, which is going to be a Santa Ana Superstore, and that's going to be opening in the first half of 2021. So I think that when they build up more of these superstores around, like, you know, as soon as we get to 3, 4, 5 superstores, this is going to be a massive growth thing. And I think that the new location as well is really going to help revenue going forward into 2021 and 2022. So you can see here in 2019 they did $63 million of revenue. They had 1+ million visitors, and like I say, a lot of this is to do with tourism. You know, they're in the strip near Vegas, and that tourists come in and help this. But in 2020, even though the numbers weren't amazing from like a growth point of view, it was still very good to say it was mostly just locals using it. And this is the aim to have 9% of Nevada's total cannabis sales. Now, if we go onto this photo, you can see here where the Planet 13 Superstore in Vegas is located. You can see why, you know, they need so many tourists to kind of go into the building, but mainly a lot of the 2020 numbers so far have been propped up by locals. And I think that when there's more of these superstores around the US, I think it'll be great. But you can see that it's a very good location, what they do have for that superstore. So in there, they have coffee shops and restaurants. They have event space. There's a lot of different stores they have going on in the buildings, which is absolutely fantastic. When we look at the 2020 Nevada objectives, you can see here, this is the growth projection through Nevada through the next kind of few years. And they want to maintain an 8 to 10% market share of Nevada MJ sales. And you can see here the change is going to be 16% year over year, which is in a really attractive market. This is why I kind of want to, you know, be in here, because we're in a growing market. I want to have a good company that has good market share and a big growing market, and this is exactly what's going on with this company. Now, like I say, at the moment we only have really the one big superstar. I mean, it will be 2 superstars by the end of this year, but we're at 1 at the moment. Now, if we look in the plan to open 8 superstores in the next kind of 5 years, if we have one, you know, at the moment in near the Strip in Vegas, and then imagine if we have another location in the next kind of 2 years in Toronto, and then we have one in New York. And then we'll think about the revenue and profit that they put in, which I'll show you in a second, but it just takes them to open 2, 3 more venues, and think about how much this is going to boom. You know, all what I'm going to show you in a second on the revenue side of it is from the one store. So imagine if they're able to build a few more of these superstores around the US, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, just some of the products they do, they've got the vapes here. There's also some Dreamland chocolate, which I've heard is apparently very good. They also do other things like infused gummies as well, which I've heard really good reviews about. And there's plenty of other ones there as well. I believe they even do some sort of bath bombs that you can buy there and, you know, give to presents or take home yourself, for example. But just from a revenue point of view, the company is projected to do, at the end of this year, 73 million in revenue. And in next year, they're going to grow to 141 million in growth. So the revenue is pretty much going to double in a year's time, and then it could double again from 2022. Now in 2021, they are only just going to make a loss of 4 million. It looks like they could be profitable in this year coming up though of 16 million profit. Obviously that will depend on how quickly we get to normality in tourism, but yeah, I mean, like I say, it's a penny stock, but realistically you buying a company with 100% revenue growth and a company that's on the verge of making profit. When we look at the balance sheet as well, the thing about this is that it's got a fantastic balance sheet. I'm not even sure if this is correct because I believe they just raised even more money, but yeah, it says they've got 884k in debt, 56 million in cash. I'm not 100% sure if the numbers are exactly correct, like I say, but just from a point of view is like, what's the balance sheet like? Even, I think, like I say, I think there could be a little bit more debt, I'm not sure. There could be a little bit more cash, but you get the point. Like, the cash to debt is absolutely amazing. It's a very strong balance sheet at 1% debt to equity at the moment. So yeah, everything from that, you're buying a very good growth company and a very healthy company as well. So overall, I really like this company. Like I say, it has had a good run, and I am going to probably attempt to buy a few more shares, but the shares I do have are currently doing fantastic, which is great. Like I say, it's a bit of MJ play replacing my GWPH shares. And like I say, even though it's a penny stock, you can see there's not really that much risk to it really. I think it will probably go on a major index sometime soon. But yeah, high reward, I think, when you think about them superstars. If they're able to just build a few more of them superstars in the next 5 years, you know, 3, 4, 5 more locations, you can see the revenue. We talk about a company here that's growing revenue at 100% rate, which is crazy. Profit, you know, they're not losing much money now. They look like they could make profit this year, which is great. So we are talking about a company that's very close to profit. Strong balance sheet as well. So yeah, you can see the game plan. You can see, you know, why is the revenue going to go up? Why is the profit going to go up? The superstars, the demand, the reviews they have, the queues they have outside the buildings, the experience. You look at the buildings, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I think this is a really great company. It's my favorite play to have in the MJ space. And yeah, I really do like it. And like I say, I don't normally buy penny stocks, but this one for me is just one that I just can't resist because it gives me that exposure in the MJ play. And like I say, I think it's probably the best one out there with an amazing growth plan, balance sheet, the growth, 100% revenue growth, you know, near profit as well. It is great, and I do really like this one. So yeah, started buying this one last week. Obviously the shares have done well. Hopefully there's a little bit of a pullback and I can buy a few more, but I do have a little nice position already, so we'll see where it goes from here. But I thought I'd update you on this one, letting you know that I did buy Planet 13 to replace my GWPH shares. So hope you enjoyed it. If you could, smash the like button. If you are new, subscribe, that'd be absolutely amazing. And I'll see you next video.